absolutely not discouraged, not down on our players, not down on our process. I always have to make it work better, and I think we've got a plan. We've begun our plan to make that happen.
Bill, if I were to ask you today what the identity of your offense is, what would you say?
Well, obviously not good enough right now. I think the biggest area, a big picture, where we're really not producing well enough is in normal situations. First and second downs, second and normal, especially at the beginning of the game when the game is still like you want the game to be. We can point out some spurts where we did well, but that's where we're not doing well. We've had some 2-minute drives in the first 2 games that did well and moved the ball. We did move the ball at times when the scores were not where we wanted them to be, but when it's normal situation, obviously we talked about the start of the game, but that's how you start the game, and that's really where we've fallen down. And some of it is decisions I've made, and the decisions the staff has made. I think we can do a better job with that. Some of it is execution of plays that our players, I think, would agree, would tell you with things we put in at the beginning of training camp and should be executed better. And so there's no one thing to blame for it, but it's pretty clear that that's what has to get better.
I know you guys were down, obviously, most of the game, but in the fourth quarter, you got Lamar Miller, the 8-yard run, you get to the 2-yard line, first and goal, 2 wide pass 4 times there. Why not let Miller try one?
Sure. Probably the same reasons why against Green Bay last year. Why try to run it in there a couple more times? If it doesn't work, it's the wrong decision. I felt confident both in the run game and the pass game that we had. So at the moment, we thought that was the best play to score all 4 of them. It's not that complicated. I mean, that's what we thought was the best way to get it in. So.
It looks like in the second half, or the beginning of the second half, you guys had some success with some motion and things of that nature early on, and you were able to move the ball. So why, what happened, and why wasn't that able to be done maybe earlier in the early goings of the game?
Well, I thought the best rhythm we had in what was still probably a normal situation was the first that drive you're referring to in the second half. Right. And we did shift in motion, which we do most of the time when we're not in no huddle, hurry up mode. And for a lot of the game after that, we were in that kind of mode. So as far as the shifting and the motioning, we choose to do that most of the time that we come out of the huddle, not all the time. The question of why weren't we able to do it early in the game is just another way to ask the same one we've been asking. But yeah. It's our job to get answers, and I feel pretty confident that we have the answers.
DeVante Parker looks like he's getting a little more comfortable. I mean, are we getting to the point where he's gonna, maybe even get in that starting role? I mean, it seems like he's producing a little bit.
There's no doubt that he's taken a step forward in each game. His ability level has definitely started to show up on the field. The way he runs his routes is proven. The guy's getting better every single day, and I expect nothing but more play, more production. It's just going to keep getting better. I mean, the guy really is talented, and he's working hard to catch up. Let's face it, he's missed a lot of time, and he's catching up fast.
But how would you assess identifying and picking up the blitz so far?
Well, we had some major ones that were wrong that turned into turnovers, and that's a problem. But again, it goes back to protections that were put in the very first 2 days of training camp, and so you expect that you get them right. And I'm not putting that on anyone other than that's all of us as an offense. I mean, this is the stuff that we do every day. We shouldn't make those errors, but we did. And I got to evaluate: am I emphasizing certain things about those protections correctly? Are we? Everyone's got to evaluate it, and we're not going to do it with our head hung down, because guess what? We're going to run those protections again. That's the reason you put them in the first 2 days of training camp, is because you expect to use them. So we're going to run them again, and we're going to get them right. And if it takes different kind of coaching, different kind of reps, guys pay more attention, whatever it takes, we're going to get it right. That's our job. And believe it or not, even on a day like today, we enjoy what we do. No fun yesterday. It's frustrating. It's disappointing, but it's a challenge that we take.
Looked like you guys got a lot of press man coverage as well, like as the game went along. And it looked like Matthews was able to kind of beat a guy a few times. Is it disappointing to not be able to take advantage of those things? And, what can be done differently in order to take advantage of some of those man coverages that you're getting?
Well, I thought that the Bills did a nice job of mixing their coverage. I mean, I think of course, the situation it was in at the end, they kind of were playing pass defense, so they were able to mix it. We like to complete more. We like to hit more. I do trust our receivers to win one-on-ones, and when you watch the tape and the ball it can only be thrown to one guy at a time. I think more guys won their one-on-ones yesterday the way they're supposed to, the way the quarterback's expecting them to, and that's part of why at the beginning I opened and I said I'm disappointed, I'm frustrated, but I'm not down on our players, and I'm confident that we're going to get the things answered we have to get answered, and that comes after watching a really bad defeat on film. And I know it sounds crazy today to feel positive, but there's only one way to go, and it's try to get to 2-2.
With the offensive line, do you feel like there's enough protection there to get a respectable running game and the protection that Ryan needs to be successful?
Yes.
What makes you confident about that?
Just watching the tape, and I think we played one of the best defensive lines in football, and we weren't perfect. I think they're going to do fine.
How would you assess Jonas Gray's first action?
Well, I was disappointed that we fumbled an exchange in the backfield, and we talked a little bit today with Brian and him. If you know, we haven't had very. I think the last fumbled exchange I recall was in the opening New England game last year, and we do a lot of different things in the backfield, and I think we've taken some pride in that we haven't turned the ball over that way. But when you have the ball flailing around, we had a fumbled exchange. We had 2 times in the pocket the ball was out with the quarterback. We had a drop that turned into an interception. We had a missed pass protection. The quarterback was hit, turned into an interception for a touchdown. We had another blitz situation that turned into an interception. It's just going to be hard to win. So you asked about Jonas. I'm getting off on a tangent. I thought Jonas ran hard. I think he's getting better all the time, and I'm looking forward to him competing. But you know, I guess when I touched the chord when I went back to that fumble exchange. One of the things we have done well is we haven't been turning the football over, and obviously we changed that negatively yesterday.
Anything else, guys? All right. Thanks, Coach.
Guys. Appreciate it.